6th of November. It was late in the afternoon when the Professor and I took our way towards the east, whence I knew Jonathan was coming. We did not go far.
11th of October, evening. Jonathan Harker has asked me to note this, as he says he is hardly equal to the task, and he wants an exact record kept. I think none of us were surprised when we were asked to see Mrs. Harker a little before the time of sunset. We have of late come to understand that sunrise and sunset are to her times of particular.
25th of September, 6 o'clock. Dear Madam Mina, I have read your husband's so wonderful diary. You may sleep without doubt. Strange and terrible as it is true. I will pledge my life.
24th of August. I must imitate Mina and keep writing things down. Then we can have long talks when we do meet. I wonder when it will be. I wish you were here with me again. I feel
On July 6th, we finished taking in cargo. Silver, sand, and boxes of earth. At noon, set sail. East wind.
25th of May. My dear Arndt, we've told yarns by the campfire in the prairies and dressed one another's wounds after trying to land...
3rd of May. Bistritz. I had for dinner, or rather, supper, a chicken, done up some way with red pepper. Memorandum, get recipe for Mina. I asked the waiter, and he said it was called Paprika Hendel.
Regarding Dracula will be a chronological adaptation of Bram Stoker's Gothic masterpiece.
We need your blood, help, to get this adaptation out of its coffin and into your podcatcher of choice.
Visit bit.ly/redracula to invite this podcast into your home.
The stakes are high because this is an all-or-nothing project.
I am in hopes that I shall see more of you at Castle Dracula.
Life's a game, the world's a stage, and we are merely role players, where theatrical people play role-playing games. I'm Matt Boothman, I am your compere for this backstage episode from our current studio production, and please welcome backstage the rest of the cast of that production.
I'm Josh, rock and roll!
Josh has gone full commitment already. I need to say he's wearing sunglasses indoors.
I've had a very strong coffee, so I'm feeling a little bit strange at the moment.
Hi, I'm Nat. Yeah!
Greetings, I'm Alex. I'm also here. Yay! Woo! And other things.
I feel like already, Alex, you're the only straight edge member of a band that is very into uppers.
Cheap whiz, cheap whiz, cheap whiz.
And now we've got your character name.
Yeah.
So, we are playing Fiasco by Jason Morningstar, published by Bully Pulpit Games. This is going to be where we're going to come up with our tangled web of connections that create our characters for this game. This is a game of grand ambitions and poor impulse control. We're all going to be going after our own particular ambitions and goals and potentially butting heads as we do. So this is the point where we decide what those are. We are playing the After the Music Stops playset, which is about a rock band that is past its prime And we have done off-air the stage where we roll a load of dice and pick a load of details that are going to form this web. And what we're going to do right now is we are going to work out which of these details attach to which of our cast here. And from that, who are our characters? What do they want? Where might their stories go? So that process has left us with a number of index cards in front of us describing relationships and details that will attach to those relationships. Who is immediately drawn to any of these cards?
Me.
Hey, there we go. Start us off, Alex.
I put my hand up and everything. You can't see that. This is an audio medium. I would like to get revenge. I want the need to get revenge. I feel that's very in keeping with me as a person. I am known to bear a grudge.
Brilliant. Okay, so the detail of this card is it's to get revenge on Tito Luna for stealing your money.
Goddamn Tito.
And so this is a need that will define your relationship with either my character or Nat's character.
Right.
So you need to pick, I mean, it's kind of arbitrary at this point, unless Nat or I has a particular draw to this one as well.
I'll open it up to you guys first.
I mean, which one of you is more vengeful? I think? Shall we go head to head right now and see who is more likely to exact revenge?
I think I'm happy to go with that, but I want to pair it and pick a relationship between us.
Yeah.
I want to be twins.
Yay!
Nice.
I think we are twins that collectively would like to get revenge on Tito Luna for stealing our money.
Identical, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing. I love it.
Brilliant. Okay, that's a relationship fully defined right from jump.
Do we have to work out who Tito Luna is, or will that come during the game?
If
you don't know Tito Luna?
Apparently not. No, not enough to exact revenge on them anyway.
I think let's leave that until we've got our other details and see if the identity of Tito Luna swims up from the soup of the threads of the spaghetti that we are weaving.
Good, yeah, good.
Weave spaghetti!
Good stretched out analogy there.
I've made this lovely blanket. It's been woven with spaghetti. I should have cooked it.
Right, in the interest of knitting the fettuccine,
That's another song.
Another album title.
Knitting the fettuccine.
I'm going to grab a relationship
Go for
and
it.
I'm going to put it between Matt and I because we
Okay.
haven't had one yet.
Yeah.
I'd like to take, if it's okay with you, Matt, new frontman, old rocker.
I love it. Yes, I'm very happy to have that.
So one of us is the new frontman, one of us is the old rocker.
Yep. So potentially one of us replaced the other, or it could be more of I used to be in your position, and I'm going to mentor you in the ways of rock.
Ooh, interesting, nice. I feel that maybe it's like the lead vocalist.
Yeah.
Like the old rocker's voice through years of substance abuse has just like eroded away to nothing, so they've been relegated to playing tambourine or like cowbell or something like that, while the new rocker with the nice pipes is up front actually singing.
To be fair, we always did need more cowbell.
Always need more cowbell.
Do you need to decide now which one of you is which?
It doesn't have to be right now. We will, as part of this process, we will need to decide that, but it doesn't have to be right this second.
I mean, I've got an idea, but I'll obviously workshop it with Matt.
Pitch it. If you've got an idea, pitch it.
I want to be the old rocker, please.
Yes.
I hate pre-planning in RPGs, but in my brain I want to play a crusty old doddery aged rocker. Yeah, so that's my pitch.
Brilliant. Sure. Okay, let's see. So we've got possibilities to add a detail to this. We either have a two-handed sword,
slightly used,
on stage at the Beanstalk Club, or the need to get wasted one last time. Like the need to get wasted one last time sort of makes sense for the old rocker.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm sort of pushing against it.
Yep,
like it
fair.
So bit too logical and like some more chaos in here. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe let's get a relationship.
So what relationships have we got left?
So what I would like this one, and so I'm going to put it between me and Alex. This is a relationship based on the daily grind of work, and we are going to be co-workers at a funeral monument carving workshop.
Of course, makes total sense.
Angels and the like.
Yeah,
now,
that classic rock and roll profession.
It's pretty metal.
Dear listeners, just for your benefit, this was decided by Alex off mic a little bit earlier on, and so we decided to give him this relationship so that he has to deal with the consequences of his own silly actions.
That's so
and
unfair.
for clarity as well, this isn't like you are people who went to a workshop where you made funeral monuments together. No, you are co-workers. You run this thing.
Yeah.
We run it.
We're co-workers at it. So maybe one of us is the instructor and one of us actually carve.
Is it really that complicated? Do you need someone to instruct on, make it look like a cherub?
Depends how metal you want to
or an
make
angel?
it.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you really need someone to tell you how to make it look like a cherub?
What I'm saying is, for any of you funeral monument carving workshop supervisors out there, I'm saying your time is limited. You'll be overthrown eventually.
Sure, there needs to be someone there to be like, for the love of God, please stop putting penises on there. Right?
That's fair enough. So it's like an anti-penis.
Maybe
Shit, anti-penis shield. Our 5th album, everybody, anti-penis shield.
Hold on, an anti-penis shield? Is that like
Chastity
a double
belt.
negative? So, is it a shield that protects against anti-penis stuff, or
what is the anti-penis? That's like the.
I can't believe Josh skipped right over anti-penis member.
I always
the other
skip over
possibility is
anti-penis.
one of us is the artiste who teaches the funeral monument carving workshop, and the other of us is like the business manager or the marketing manager or something.
But at the same time, you're involved in this rock band. In
Yeah,
some way.
we are related somehow to an aging rock band. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
aging funeral monument carving workshop. Everybody's coming close to the grave. It kind of makes thematic sense.
Yeah.
And cherubs with massive wangs.
Sure. Alex, I'm going to put it out there nice and early. I think you've ruined this game already by picking this relationship. I think you've totally taken us off the rails already.
I feel this is like another Bovril moment because it wasn't actually me who suggested it. I was the one who picked it, but it was someone else who pointed it out to me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that looks good."
It was heavily hinted that when we picked the grind as the category of relationship, that maybe we might want to pick that one.
Thank you. I'm just saying I was led, to the water, and I'm but a horse, and you should drink.
I am
But you can't. But you can't make it drink.
I'm a butter horse.
We didn't make you drink.
It was heavily hinted that I should.
You have free will, Alex. Never forget that.
Okay,
back on
and those
track.
cherubs have free willies. Way!
So, if that's the relationship between mine and Alex's character, that leaves Nat and Josh with the relationship that they are good friends who play the same instrument for some value of the same instrument. Are you two happy being
Yeah, that was
left
actually
with
the
that?
one I was hoping to get.
Perfect.
Excellent. Nice. Do we want to decide the instrument or?
Oh, I don't know.
Because bear in mind, I've been replaced.
You
So I
have been
was the
replaced.
front man.
Oh, you were the front man. Oh, but now you play the instrument that I.
Well, there's just two of us that
Maybe.
play it, so it could be, guitarists, or we could go completely left field and be, as we
Guitar,
discussed,
or
guitarists or flautists.
Flautists.
Yeah, rock timpanists.
Rock flout.
Rock timpanists.
Yeah, our 7th album.
Timpani rock. Timpani rock. Boom, 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 boom. That's all we do.
What is the most left field rock and roll instrument? Because Jethro Tull's done rock flute.
Yeah.
Is rock oboe more left field?
Clarinet.
The rock cor anglais.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean,
we're veering towards the ska world at that point.
Yeah, that's true. Could it be rock saxophone, a la Baker Street? But then that's more ska as well.
Calling Jerry.
I quite like rock oboe because flute has punch to it sometimes. It can be light and twiddly, but it can have punch to it. Oboe is just meandering.
So we're saying that I was the front man of this band who played oboe and sang at the same time, a la Jethro Tull. And hang on, but you're also playing an oboe. So in this band, we've got 2 oboists. Oboe charmers, oboe whatever.
Oboe charmers? They don't come out of a fucking basket. Also, Nat has just completely written off all oboists everywhere. But it's just a bit meandering.
No, it's a great instrument, but is it rock?
Okay, we need to check the subscription numbers after this episode goes out. If we lose, thousands of oboe players, it's all your fault.
This happened in the last Vigil episode as well. I'm so sorry.
We just upset people.
The other instrument that we have mentioned in off mic banter that could be it is possible to be a singing front person and also play is the theremin.
Yes, and
Yes.
that was my suggestion, which I am bagging. I just feel like I need to keep the facts straight on this one because there are lies abound.
But just to counteract that, that means there are two theramists, two thera-wranglers.
Not necessarily. If your character was the theremin playing front person of the band, and you've been edged out as frontman by my character, maybe I don't play the theremin, so we need a separate theremin player.
Oh no, but we sort of said that it was his pipes that were broken.
But it could be that shaky hands from years and years of alcohol abuse, and so
surely that makes the theremin even more like vibrato.
It will do, but it won't be as tuneful because you won't be able to get the correct note.
Right. The scene is not ready for that sound.
Okay, sorry.
What are you doing bringing vibrato to a theremin? Fucking heathen.
You're putting off the oboe players with their boring one-note drawl.
Meandering losers.
This is, of course, assuming that we're not all talented multi-instrumentalists. Like, are we restricted to just the one instrument?
No, it does seem to be a bit of a cop-out to say we play every
Yes, that
instrument,
is
so
true.
therefore they would cross over. We could definitely play. We could be oboe players and theremin players.
Sorry, are we bringing logic to this?
I'm desperately trying to bring it back on. Should we go theremin then?
I like it.
Yeah. Done.
Yeah,
Das theremin.
Amazing. Okay, we have 3 floating details remaining. One for me and Alex, one for me and Josh, and one for Josh and Nat. Anybody drawn to anything particularly?
I think the 2 people who work making funeral monuments should probably have a 2-handed sword that's slightly used.
Thank you, I agree.
100%.
It's definitely used in the funeral monument carving somehow.
Yeah, that's how you start off any carving, is with a giant sword and you just hack bits off. I've seen stone masons, that's how they do it.
Is it? With a 2-handed sword?
Yep.
It's been slightly used.
Yeah, slightly. Well, no, slightly used. Well, yeah. They've had to replace the handle and the blade.
Okay.
Oh, it's a Ship of Theseus situation.
So just to confirm, we've got 2 cards left in front of us, and they can go in 2 places, right?
Yeah.
So one of them will relate to me and Matt, the other will relate to me and Nat.
Yeah,
Indeed.
articulation important there.
Very between Natalie and Natalie.
Who was latterly no.
Right, so we've got a location, the Beanstalk Show Club, on stage under the lights, like old times, baby. And we also have a need, which is to get wasted one last time. I mean, both of those work for me, obviously.
Sure.
So can I throw it out to Matt and Nat?
Yeah.
Do you have a preference?
Ooh, it's interesting because we've got like old times and one last time, and I'm the new blood
You're the
here,
newbie.
so it's I'm interested to see how I can work this.
Is this like your induction?
Maybe it's the need to get wasted one last time.
Yeah.
And show the new blood how
or
it's done.
Or or it's your need, it's Josh's character's need, and I'm facilitating it somehow.
Yeah.
Am I retiring
By way
after
of-
this tour? And it's getting wasted one last time. The new frontman is here to take over.
Yeah.
Theremin duty's going over to Natalie.
It's your
It's
swan
the swan
song.
song.
Heck yeah, I'm happy to get wasted one last time for our relationship, Josh.
Awesome. Yeah,
Great,
because I
if
think
that
you.
works.
I think you don't drink or party as hard as I do. I think you might be.
Although that does mean that the relationship between Josh and Nat is sort of being decided by default again. Are you happy
That's
with
fine
that?
though. I think that's maybe where we started. One last time before you retire. Let's play the old Beanstalk Show Club.
Do we think the Beanstalk is like our Cavern Club? Do you think
Yeah.
that was like where
Yeah.
we did our
Yeah.
first big gig?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes, there's going to be the final show, your final show, back where it all started.
Yeah, that's it.
You're emerging as a main character here.
Yay!
The man wearing the loudest shirt and a pair of sunglasses inside is the main character. Kelsu fucking Prees.
I just want everyone to look at me and pay attention to me. That's all I've ever wanted, Alex.
I feel like Josh's character is emerging pretty strongly at this point. We know kind of what he wants, he or she or they want out of their story in this fiasco. So let's try and work out a few more details about who the rest of us are in this story. So we know I'm the new frontman. I am Josh's character's replacement in the band with the theremins, or singular theremin. Yeah,
theremin.
Yeah, singular theremin. Is that the name of the band?
Theremin. Singular theremin.
But at the same time, I work at a funeral monument carving workshop.
Maybe that's
with the twin of the new theremin player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you the new theremin player, or are you? I think you.
Oh yeah.
I think I was always part of the band, and I played the oboe. But now that you're retiring, I'm also simultaneously taking on theremin. Like I always did it, but I let you because you're the front man. You know, I just want you need to have something.
Yeah, sure.
So I let you do the theremin, but now that you're retiring, I can do my true calling. Like I'm better at theremin than I am at oboe. But I did the oboe because that's what we needed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Every band needs an oboe.
Apparently so.
So there's a sort of a backstory emerging of like a search for new blood for the band, for like a new frontman that maybe would have been like Nat's character is in the band already.
Yeah.
And her twin works with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are all aging rockers, right?
The story is about aging rockers. Like
Okay.
not necessarily every single one of us needs to be old if that doesn't make sense. But but yeah, I mean that's what we've all signed up for, right?
Yeah. So maybe it's a band that's been going for so long that
Yeah.
they've had lots and lots of replacements because people
Yeah.
have retired, people have passed away,
Like the Sugar Babes.
Just like the Sugar Babes, famously old rock band. Siobhan famously passed away very sadly in a speed-fueled
The
drunk binge.
rotationary aspect.
Yeah. I was thinking more of... Actually, I can't think of anybody else. No,
There
Sugar
you go.
Babes. Yeah,
Mattia.
of like Metallica. Who, sorry?
Mattia?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a sugar babe. Yes,
Yeah, that is one of them.
What Heidi.
Congratulations, you have named a Sugar Babe.
I quite like the idea of my character being like in their like 50s, but still considered like a whippersnapper by the band's standards.
Yeah, and by our audience, who are at least in their 80s.
Oh,
by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so new blood, but very much still old blood.
So do we think, Matt, that you are you work at the funeral? You're a stonesmith or a mason or a stonemason or something. So do we think that your true calling is to play in a rock band, but you do the stonemason work just to?
I think maybe I didn't discover that was my calling until I was called by my business partner over here.
Yeah.
Maybe I sing or whistle while I work.
You Snow White.
You whistle while you whittle.
Yes.
Nice.
That's wood. You don't whittle stone.
Yeah, don't be ridiculous, Nat.
I'm so sorry.
Get back to your robo.
Such a bore. I don't know what that was. Was that someone strangling a cat? Like
that was on our third album. Very experimental.
The RSPCA were livid.
So I am the 55-year-old funeral monument carving Anna Kendrick from Pitch Perfect. Who is recruited.
Good rock reference.
Yeah. Nice. Solid rock reference.
Very metal.
Rock reference. I feel like we need a little button that just goes rock reference.
And also I'm somehow implicated in the
murder.
old frontman's need to get wasted one last time.
Yeah.
I've got some sort of connection, or you're trying to induct me into that life.
I think maybe you're just a bit squeaky clean.
Yeah. I'm a bit.
Perhaps.
Oh yeah, I need an image change to be part of the band.
Yeah.
That's it. So you there needs to be a photograph of you, doing a line off of somebody while stuff burns around
and it's
you.
a symbolic torch passing from
Yeah.
your last binge to
go
my
on.
first binge.
Maybe you share a line of cocaine, like
Lady in the Tramp.
Lady in the Tramp, yeah. Going back to pasta references, and you sort of meet in the middle and give a little nose boop.
Aww.
What was the button again?
Rock reference.
There we go.
So, which makes me interested, Alex, in who is your character? Like you're the twin of somebody who's in the band, but are you also in the band?
I don't know now. I
And
think
you and there's the juicy detail of Tito Luna between the two of you as well.
maybe I'm like either a tour manager or I am like a roadie.
Our old school roadie.
Yeah. I think
Nice.
roadie's probably, which is probably why I'm so furious with this Tito.
So is your role at my workshop just to like pick up and move the monuments?
If you're good with your hands, roadies also, install rigging and lighting and stuff.
I would like to be able, if it's okay, Matt, to do some carving.
Good, yes, do it.
Of the massive cherub penises.
It's quite interesting, actually, because you hear stories of lots of old sort of rock and
cherub
roll...
penises, yeah, you're right.
I'm trying to ignore the cherub penises. You hear lots of stories of sort of rock and roll artists and people that used to live a really heavy rock and roll lifestyle who then retire and do something really boring, like go into oboe playing or go into beekeeping or just something that's quite serene.
Daniel Day-Lewis makes shoes. He learned how to make shoes.
Did he?
He's not a
rock reference! Rock reference!
Now, look, I questioned whether oboe was rock. I did not say it was boring.
Okay, fair enough. I said it was boring.
And I'd say carving, funeral monument, boring? No, artistic.
Sure.
Yeah.
Metal.
We're taking
rock.
We are taking this oboe theremin related rock band in a death metal direction with the addition of me to the band here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Cool.
The object, the two-handed sword that is between you and I, Alex, needs to define some sort of like drive that is going to like create plot. So I wonder if it's like
I want to kill Tito with a two-handed sword.
Oh yes, that is that is the tool of our trade, and I see it as like this sword is not for violence.
It's sacrosanct. Yeah.
The sword is the tool of your trade.
It is the tool of my trade.
Sure.
Also,
great album name.
How long? Is the sword like? I'm just imagining the sword in the stone now. Is the sword like embedded in a monument in our workshop, and it's like
it's the first monument. The first monument that was made. Legend says it can never be removed, or the workshop will collapse.
Yes.
It's like it's over the door, like one of those, like the big sculptures you get in Camden over Camden shops.
Yeah.
Plucked from the earth, stone from the Middle Ages that was sort of part of a temple or something like that. Do we think that you've been working on a particular funeral monument, and that is for Tito? What's it says? Because you're going to kill him.
Synergy. Yes, please. Yes.
I have two questions. One, who owns this funeral monument carving workshop? Is it one of you two, or is there like an old master?
Ooh, I like old master.
Who made the fabled?
Who we both respect.
Yes. Yeah.
Why do I picture Mr. Miyagi just like sitting up on a hill, the wind blowing through his hair
and his moustache
in deep meditation?
Because that means we can be competitive.
Yes. Yeah, who can make the biggest
cherub penis?
I'm so glad I got Matt to say that.
One of us.
Except that I think it's so. The thing that is emerging for my character is I am a bit too like straight edge. I think that the thing that kind of defines the conflict between me and Josh is I don't want to do the drugs, and you're determined that the torch cannot pass without this symbolic binge together.
Sure.
And similarly, I want to carve like my monuments are metal, to be fair, to be clear, but I disapprove of the avant-garde direction that you take yours in, Alex.
That was a very polite way of saying shit.
I thought it was a very polite way of saying cherub penis.
My second question: have you murdered before?
No.
Okay. But no. Tito Luna has pushed you to it.
Had it coming for some time.
Have we decided what Tito Luna has done yet?
Yeah, he stole money that is related somehow to the twins. It doesn't necessarily have to be that he stole from both of you. It could be like stole from one of you, and now because twins, you're both in it together.
Yeah. Twin power.
Twin power. Mega twin.
Do we have like an old like shtick that we did since childhood, where like I sit on your shoulders and we become like a Megazord?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. For some reason, you've also got a catapult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an oboe.
And a theremin.
I have 3 hands.
No, you've got one of those things that like harmonica players have, so that they don't have to hold it for your oboe. Not for the theremin.
That would be good. She could control it with her face.
my nose.
So I mean, fitting the theme, like maybe Tito Luna runs a venue and didn't pay up.
I want to say
band,
like,
or is in the drug trade and something along those lines.
I feel like he is not in the drug trade, more like you said, venue owner, or like he's a manager that owes us, or didn't pay up
at the Beanstalk Club.
Yeah, maybe he runs the Beanstalk Club. No, he can't run the Beanstalk Club. We like the Beanstalk Club.
He could though. We like the Beanstalk Club, but we don't like the management.
The audiences are great. The bar staff, fabulous.
Yeah.
Free drinks.
Tito, bit of a cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, when the band was getting its start and played their first epic gig at the Beanstalk Club that made their name, Tito wasn't the manager then.
Do you reckon Tito's dad was the manager?
Oh,
it's
maybe.
just passed down from Tito to Tito.
Toto Luna.
And before that, it was Tutu.
Tutu Luna.
Tutu Luna.
Does that mean there's some
Tata
sort of...
Luna was the mother.
Do you think... I was thinking that makes it some sort of weird Tito totem.
Have you carved a Tito totem? Is that your gravestone that you're carving for?
Yeah.
The Tito totem.
Yeah.
And I think...
Yes.
What if, since Tito took over the Beanstalk Club, he has been profiting off the Beanstalk Club's association with the band?
Yeah.
And we feel we are owed a cut of that, but Tito won't pay up.
And so the only course of action will be murder.
To murder Tito Luna at the comeback gig.
Yes.
Oh, at his own gig. At his own venue, sorry.
And we can lower the totem onto his head.
Oh my God.
At the end.
This has become some kind of heist. Murder heist.
It's not a heist, it's just a murder. We're planning a murder. I love that. It's becoming a heist. We're not stealing anything other than his life.
No, but there's a plan.
Yeah, there's symbolism.
Yes.
You want to specifically murder Tito with the two-handed sword from the carving workshop.
Because we've said it's the final gig. Everybody assumes that means my final gig, which it is, but it's also Tito's final gig.
Yeah.
The final gig. Ever.
For him.
In existence.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Sorry, Nat just looked really intensely at me when she said the final gig, and it's really thrown me.
So, I have a question, which is, Nat, how on board with the murder plan is your character?
I don't know. I think as this is developing, I'm feeling like my character is some kind of chaos witch that is just running with everything. Who's just some kind of wild-eyed Kate Bush kind of character that's just like, what are we doing today, friends?
Because it's good if there is some sort of conflict or drive between your character and Josh's character and your character and Alex's character. So it's like whether you're against his plan or whether you're full in, but might disrupt it with your chaoticness, and whether the playing the same instrument creates some sort of tension as well.
I think I quite like the idea of the twins being very much in on it together and just be like, we would basically fuel each other's deranged plans. Plus we're old as well, so dementia's setting in. We're like, we think this is a great idea. I don't know if I can even wield a sword at this point. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, we've little time left, so who cares, right?
Yeah. I think there's also very much
the most rock and roll thing we've never done is murder.
Yeah. On stage, Ozzy Osbourne bit that bat.
You're going to bite Tito's head off?
No, I can't unhinge my jaw. I will...
Sir, I am no boa constrictor. How dare you?
Why would you make such a ridiculous claim?
It's a trick that some rock and rollers learn. You never did.
I never did. I'm good at lugging stuff around and carving cherub penises, but I can't unhinge my jaw.
There's a sentence you didn't think you were going to say today.
To be honest, Josh, I never thought I'd say that ever in my life.
Does anybody have any further questions? I feel like we've got
so
many questions, but any that we feel like we need to establish now, or are we only left with questions that we feel like are fruitful to enjoy finding out the answer in play? Does everybody feel like they're getting a sense of who their character is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should let the chaos of rock and roll sculpt
Hey!
more of the story. We've lost Alex.
So we are unfortunately left with the hardest part of character creation. Is we need some names, and we need names for our characters. Possibly a name for this sculpting mentor that we both respect, and probably a name for this band. So the band involves oboe and theremin. It has a drug-fueled aging rocker, but also like a floaty Chaos Witch Kate Bush type. Like, I'm feeling sort of what if Arcade Fire were old?
Yeah. And only two band members.
Oh no, there can be NPC band members.
Oh right, okay, fair enough.
I feel we've been around since like the 60s, and
I
think the reason we've got so many random instruments is we've gone through so many different genres.
Reinvented yourselves like the Beatles over and over.
The Beatles did whichever the most experimental one is, Revolver, right? And we all went, right, we need to like dial it up to 11 to go even harder than that. And that doesn't help us think what our name is, but
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not going to be like a garage band name like the Somethings, is it?
No. So what are the old school rock groups? So Beatles, Rolling Stones, Cream, Led Zeppelin. Just me. I'll keep naming. Rock reference. You got your Iron Maidens.
I suggested Ferrous Visage.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there was Ferrous Visage, which I do like.
Kind of fits with the carving.
Yeah.
King Chunk and the Badunkadunks.
Thank you. Who submitted that?
That was Chris.
That was Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
McLennan.
Yeah.
Most of these are McLennan originals.
He also suggested Visual Platinum, which I quite like.
That is nice. I like that.
Dragon Shard Boulevard. That was a bit more D&D themed.
Yeah. That's an album title, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like this band is a little bit more proggy.
It's sort of feeling that way, isn't it? On the prog side of prog, a little prog, a little metal.
Yeah, like old school black metal sensibilities.
Have been through many phases, but are sort of now that it's in it, the band's in its old age and is leaning hard into the death metal angle.
Yeah,
for sure.
With a theremin and
yeah.
Maybe it's like
particular sound.
Maybe it's like something like so. Core is now used as a subcategory. Thing, but maybe like we were there before there were subcategories of metal, so maybe it's something like, I don't know, not dreamcore, that shit, but like that kind of thing.
Nemesis core.
Nemesis core. Or
something relevant to the 60s or maybe the late 50s when we started.
While that's cooking, any people names?
Well, the twins have. I mean, did you ever take anyone else's name? Have you married?
Well, these stage names or real names. There's so many names.
We came up with a name for me, and I've completely forgot. It was Mike something, wasn't it?
Mike Sherpa.
Mike Sherpa. Yes. Yeah. Okay. That's my name.
Is that your name?
Yeah.
So I mean, Natalie.
Yes.
You do not have to have the same
I
surname
don't.
because do you think you've married like multiple times? Because famously rock and roll couples like we've all been married 90 times.
Mike could have married and taken someone else's name also.
And chose Sherpa. Nice.
No, I was born with Sherpa. I'll die with Sherpa.
And Mike's quite a good name for a roadie because mic check, microphone, mic check Sherpa.
Sherpa is a good name for a roadie as well. You're carrying all the kit.
Oh shit. Yeah, man.
Maybe I will be. Maybe I'll be Sue Sherpa.
Because you want to sue a Sherpa. take a Sherpa to court for legal action. Sue, I like that.
Well, I feel like, Susie is rock and roll, but overdone.
Yeah.
Or Suki or that kind of thing. Just Sue.
Susie Sherpa. Or,
I'm old, so Sue.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot.
Cheryl Sherpa? No, that's too many noises. I can't say that without kind of like falling over my own tongue.
And I am a little bit. I'm less rock and roll than the rest of you because I don't want to do drugs and I don't want to do murder. And I was found carving funeral monuments. But I think one of the reasons that the band wants me is because I have an incredible gravelly metal voice.
Nice, yeah.
From too much carving, I've literally got a gravelly throat. You've been too much stone carving over my life. So I need like a gravelly, but also a little bit not a very cool name.
Greg
is perfect.
Gregg Gravel.
Greg.
Greg Gravel is going to become the stage name.
Okay.
I will grow into Greg Gravel, but until then I'm Greg Nebbins.
Greg Nebbins.
Nebbins.
I like Nevins, actually. Greg Nevin.
Yeah.
There we
like
go.
Greg
Nevin.
Sure.
I've just noticed you've both spelt your surname differently. So
Yeah.
Did Sue marry somebody else called Sherpa?
Slightly different spelling. I was livid.
There's been a trademark issue at some point in history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I married someone purely because their name was Sherpa, but slightly different.
She collects them like Pokemon.
Husbands?
No, like Sherpa names.
Oh, Gregg is several times divorced.
Right.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, right.
Sue, did you keep your old name? So you Sue Sherpa?
Double-barreled it.
Right,
so
I want a single word name, like Iggy or Lemmy or Shaggy or somebody along those sorts of lines.
Doggy.
Doggy. It should definitely end with I or Y, so end with the E sound.
Okay.
Blobby.
Blobby. I'm giant and pink, covered in yellow spots. Or like Ozzy.
Ducky.
Dobby. You were
Dobby? Because you know what? I've got I'd like Dobby.
Because that would have been your name before any of the other Dobbies became pop cultural things.
Because in my head I look a bit like Dobby, so we're going to go with Dobby.
Which Dobby though? The Peep Show Dobby or the Harry Potter Dobby?
Oh, I don't know. Harry Potter, I assume. Unless anybody can think of a better name for me.
Groggy.
No, Dobby gets groggy. Jammy? Makes me sound like a children's TV presenter.
Yeah.
There needs to be like a Z or a harder vowel in there somewhere, like an Ozzy. I was going to say Izzy, but that's my girlfriend's name, so it wouldn't work.
Zazzy. That's a bit more glam rock.
Yeah.
I changed my name to Zazzy during the mid-70s. Sounds like Dobby's winning so far.
I love the silence. The silence means Dobby's winning.
Racking our brains to save you from Dobby.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just going through names that are just names. Like I'm like Tommy, no. Ollie, no. Polly.
Rocky.
Maybe your name is like Apollo.
Where did that come from?
I went from Polly to what's it short for?
Yeah.
I quite like Apollo.
Apollo. Nice.
You're the shining star.
I'm the one that carries the rest of the band on my back. Was that
That's
Apollo?
Atlas.
Oh, okay.
Josh Yard. He doesn't know the classics.
Zag.
Zaggy.
That's Zig and Zag. That's immediately two gorgeous puppets.
What was it? Ziggy Stardust and Zaggy over here.
Zaggy could work.
Yeah, you could be
Zaggy.
It was a statement at the time. Bowie became Ziggy Stardust, and you were like, "Well, I'm
Zaggy.
When Bowie zigs, I zag. I'm Zaggy.
Or
I'm Zaggy Starburst.
Zoggy or Zoggy.
Zoggy.
Zaggy Cragshaw.
Zoppy. Ooh, Zaggy Crag. What?
Craggy.
Cragshot.
Nice. That sounds like a D&D dwarf character, doesn't it?
Zaggy Cragshot. But then you dropped Cragshot, so now you're just Zaggy.
Just Zaggy.
Zaggy Crag. No.
Want to get a cream for that?
Oh no.
It's not contagious.
Zoggy, Zoppy, Zolly.
I feel like I'm doing the Wordle.
Yeah, it
At
is.
the moment, I just want... I'd love that just to be at the end of the episode, Josh going, Zoppy, Sloggy,
Goz out. No,
We seem to like G's and Z's.
Yeah. Gizmo, no.
Gaz, no.
Gazzo.
Jizzy.
That's mine and my girlfriend's amalgamation name, thank you.
Oh no.
I could be Jizzy.
There were so many clips.
I could be Jizzy.
I could be Jizzy if you wanted me to.
It's Jizzy time.
How Jizzy?
Oh no!
How Jizzy do you want it?
Oh God.
Oh.
Were you like? Do you think you were like? Would you have chosen this name for shock value? Do you think?
I think maybe
that kind of front man.
No, I think it's just that the shorter name was easier to remember on my drug-addled brain.
What's your character's look, do you think?
Right.
Are you like a ZZ Top, like massive beard and glasses?
I think it's more like Like a really severely dehydrated Iggy Pop.
Oh.
I think the guy's really little and really leathery.
Oh, yeah, wiry.
Yeah, so I think he's only like 5'4". I think he's really little. I think he's got like the torso of like a greyhound, like a really, really, skinny stomach. And walks around topless with his browning leathery skin.
Like jerky. Or what's the...
Jerky?
What's the south... Biltong.
Yeah, Billy Biltong. I mean, Billy could work. Billy Piper might have issues with that, though. Rock reference!
Rock?
I do like Biltong, though, because his skin resembles Biltong. So it could be Bobby Biltong. Or...
Bilbo Biltong.
I could be called Bilbo, because I'm so short.
Yeah. That's sort of like Led Zeppelin had a Lord of the Rings phase, didn't they? We could have one as well.
Yeah. I don't know if he's old enough to have been around when J.R.R. Tolkien was writing it, but if he was, then he definitely based one of the hobbits off of what I look like.
Heck yeah.
Bilbo. Done.
Nice.
We laughed off Dobby, but we went with Bilbo.
Bilbo does sound like the front man of a band with a theremin and an oboe in it.
Bilbo Biltong. There we go.
Fantastic. We've got names for our characters. We've got a name for the club. We've got a name for the club manager. We don't know if our stone carving mentor is going to come up, so we can come up with that in play if it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have any further revelations about their character that they'd like to announce, or questions about anybody else's?
God knows.
I don't want to know anything about these characters.
Well, hopefully the audience are not in the same situation. If they're listening to this episode, they've already heard us have the beginning of our fiasco. We are all ready to play. Enjoy this tangled web of weirdness.
Yeah!
This has been Monumental Exit, a studio production from Merely Roleplayers, starring Matt Boothman as Gregg Nevin, Natalie Winter as Sue Sherpa, Alexander Pankhurst as Mike Sherpa, and Josh Yard as Bilbo Biltong. The theme music is by Alexander Pankhurst, and the episode was edited and produced by Matt Boothman. We were playing Fiasco, a role-playing game by Jason Morningstar published by Bully Pulpit Games. Head to bullypulpitgames.com to find Fiasco and many, many Fiasco playsets, including After the Music Stopped, the one we were playing. Merely Roleplayers is a Foggy Outline production in association with Blackshaw Theatre Company. Until next time, if drama be the food of life, play on!
Doing some level chatting now. We're going to cut this bit out, obviously.
I think we should keep it in.
I think it's funny. I think this is gold. I think it's probably the best thing Merely Roleplayers has ever done.
I mean, yes.
Can you two talk excitedly for a minute, because that's going to be the issue.
Sure.
Oh, what are we?
Alex, look over there! Isn't that amazing?
Have you seen that? Beagle.
Roll a dice and see what the beagle does.
It's killing a man.
It's killing a man. That went dark really, really quickly. That's good to know.
I think that's probably better.
Beagle murder.
Beagle murder.